Hey guys, Jason with Surviving Dad Life. As we all know, with every dad, you've got to have tools. And there's no such thing as having too many tools. So what I've got here today is something I've been wanting to get, an electric ratchet. Anyway, this isn't one of your bigger name brands. This is something that, as you can see, I got off of Amazon. So we're gonna bust this thing out and let you guys see what it is, and then we're gonna take it and do some work on the pickup out there. This is gonna be my first electric ratchet, and the reason being why I wanted to get this thing so bad was because here recently I took some seats out of a pickup, and you know, once you initially break those bolts free or nuts or whatever you're working on, those things they were like, some of them were about 2 inches long, some were 2.5 inches long, and you're sitting there underneath the seat in a compact spot, and you've got the ratchet, and you're just over and over and over and over cranking that ratchet. And with as minimal room as I had, it was a 1/4 inch turn each time I was moving that ratchet, and it took forever just to take out 8 bolts. So that's why this came into play. So what the tool I got here is this bad boy out. I don't know how you pronounce that, whether it's Kimo, or just whatever it might be. But that's the one I looked at. It had a lot of good reviews online. They've got 2 different versions of this. One they call a long reach, and it's got a longer head on it where I guess you can get in tighter spaces. I guess you're gonna call this the blown mold plastic case, which I don't know, it's to each their own. I've got a ton of the tools with plastic cases, and you know, these take up a lot of space, but they keep your stuff organized. Anyway, it's got let me see, plastic on the clasp there to close it. Just plastic here. There's no metal at all that I can see in the case, so you know, you be gentle with the clips to get it open. And then I can see this, I mean, it is plastic, I can see that wearing out after time, but it is a pretty good looking case. As far as the tool goes, here's instructions. And yes, dads read instructions. We read this stuff. Alright, now as far as the tool goes, some of the stuff's been knocked around. Well, I don't know how these are actually supposed to be in there. They were just laid in there. Oh, there we go. Well, if I can figure it out. There we go. I guess in shipping these things kind of popped out. Anyway, they've got, like I said, 2 different versions of the tool. One has a longer head on it. The other one has a shorter head. And then they've got a kit that is in a soft bag that comes with like 1 battery, and then they've got the hard kit that comes with an additional battery, and then it comes with a few sockets. I mean, if you guys can tell, there's not very many of them. To me, I guess this is just something to throw in there for whatever reason. But I've got a ton of sockets, and I guess I'll just add these to the collection. But anyway, let's bust out the tool and see how it is. Alright, I've never owned an electric ratchet before. It's pretty heavy on the end. I mean, the case is going to be plastic on here, and then the head's going to be metal. But man, it feels solid. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's, you know what I'm saying, when you get something and you can just tell by picking it up that it feels like it's cheaply made. This thing is not. It doesn't feel like that at all. Very solid. It's good looking. I mean, yeah, I like the green. I'm not a big fan of the red tools, but I mean, the green looks okay. One thing I like about it though, there's a switch right here underneath the paddle. See if you guys can see that. Flip that over and it stops you from accidentally engaging this thing while it's put up. If you change it and you put things in a bag or whatever, I mean, you won't hit it and leave the thing running, then, you know, gonna come out to a dead battery. I haven't charged any of these. You guys saw me open this thing up. But, I don't know about that. You know how some of the bigger tool brands you can take, well, that's alright. That thing's popped in there. And it's in solid. Once you put the battery in, it's pretty well balanced. It feels good in the hand. You can see this here. It's got the indicator for the light bar. And yes, I haven't charged the batteries. And then you've got a light there. One thing I do know that I don't like about this is a lot of the bigger brands, or some of them are, when you engage the light, it'll stay on momentarily when you let go. This one shuts off immediately. The head, as you can see, the switch to change it from off to on, loosen to tighten, left to right, clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever you guys want to call it, sticks out just a little bit where you can get your stinking fingers on it. I know there's another brand out there that's red in color where this is actually recessed into the head, and it's hard to get a hold of it. That's why I wasn't such a big fan of those. It's not off and on, it's variable speed. Huh. Man, I'm really pumped about this. I can't wait to try this thing out, and we're going to see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to charge up the batteries, and then I've got to remove the throttle body to a truck out there so I can rebuild it. So I'm going to whip this thing out, and we're going to see if we can get the throttle body off. But let me charge up the batteries, that way it gets a good shot at it, and then we'll see how it goes. All charged up. Well, it took about, I don't know, 10 minutes. I guess it was kind of charged when it came from the factory, or had a little bit of a charge or whatever. Anyway, I bought my socket set out and some needle nose so I can take this throttle body off. Got to doing some more reading on it. The batteries take, says 30 to 90 minutes to charge, depending on, you know, how depleted the battery is. And you guys know when us guys use these things and we start draining them, that we don't stop using the battery until it is dead. But anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get some good overhead shots for you too of me taking this throttle body off, and we'll go from there. This truck had been giving me a little bit of problems as far as the gas pedal being kind of hard to push down. So, you know, I took the throttle body apart one time, did some good cleaning on it. That didn't help. Dang, I need to replace that bad boy, don't I? Anyway, yeah, you're supposed to smell your filters. That's how you figure out if they're old or not. Anyway, took the throttle body off, cleaned it real good, and it was still sticking. I'm like, man, what is going on with this thing? So, checked the cable. I went ahead and bought a new cable, because sometimes these things, when they get older, they can fray on the inside of this jacketing, and it's hard for it to move back and forth. So, alright, I buy a new cable. I'm going to swap it out. And when I got in here and was testing it, I found out that it wasn't actually like sticking that bad. It you know, I can go in here and I can, you know, manipulate it and move the throttle body, the cables and all that stuff, and there was no sticking. So I'm like, man, what the heck is going on with this thing? And check my other camera. Okay, it is recording. Anyway, so I'm checking it, messing with stuff, and I get to looking down into the truck, and there's something weird about the carpet. Man, what is that? It's the pile's weird, just everything about it. So I get to looking at it farther, and there's pieces that are cut in and laid into it and all this. And the truck actually has vinyl flooring. So somebody went in and put aftermarket carpet in there, and it was underneath the gas pedal in a way to where when you pushed on the gas pedal, it was stiff. It was hard to push in. When you released it, it popped back up. Ripped the carpet out of there, took it for a drive. Sure enough, the freaking thing drives great. So that's another one of them things you got to remember whenever you're working on your vehicles, which that's what us men do, is look at everything. Don't get in a big hurry and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to take this throttle body off, and once we get it off, I'm going to rebuild it. I'm going to take it apart, clean the crap out of it. Man, stinking sunlight's messing things up. But I'm going to clean the crap out of it, and then put all new gaskets in it and rebuild it. But I'm going to test out this Kimo ratchet, whatever you want to call it, and see how it goes. And of course, you know, you got all this extra stuff on here that you got to get off, and the clips are brittle, and matter of fact, there it goes. I just freaking broke one. Anyway, I'm gonna stop messing around. Let's get straight to it. I'm gonna take the Kimo, or whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, and see if we can pop this thing off here. Ah, don't you love it when you get it on the first guess? Said no one ever. Huh. There we go. Alright, the instructions say that when you're using this, that if it's more than 40 pounds or whatever it may be, not to holy crap. That thing just whipped it right off. Anyway, it says I'm gonna tighten it up. It says that if whatever's on there is tighter than 40 pounds of torque, not to use the tool, to use a regular ratchet and then get it off the rest of the way. And I think I'm in love. You know, it's not too noisy. It's, wow. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this. Man, this thing. Huh. Alright, now I've got it tightened down just by, you know, hand tighten. I'm just going to see if it'll pop it off there. Nah, it's a little too tight. You're going to have to loosen it. The thing works fast. I think I found me a new favorite tool. I'm gonna have to give this thing a lot more use. I'm gonna use it quite a bit. There's a lot of work I got to do on this truck, and I'm going to test it out and see how it goes. But so far, initially, I love it. I wish I'd have got one of these a long time ago. Anyway, if you get a chance, look online, check out the Kimo, buy you one, run the thing, see how it works, and let me know down in the comments below how you like it. Is it what you expected it to be? Is it worse? Is it, I mean, but just let me know, and then I'll give this thing a run. We'll use it for a couple months, and then I'll do an update to it and see how I like it. But anyway, again, it's Jason, surviving dad life. I'm still out surviving. Comment, like, subscribe, man. Help me out so I can get more stuff like this to review for you guys. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. Don't leave me alone.